Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Vallabha Radha Vallabha Sri Radhe, Jaya Radha Vallabha, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Sri Radhe, Jaya Radha Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhu. Jaya Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jaya Niti Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivāsikacārya Aṣṭotar Sasi Śrīmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We continue our reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 3. Chapter entitles Rishabhdev's Appearance. Text number 4 and 5. Now these are prose, so we don't have. I'll just read through the Sanskrit, and then we'll go by word, and we'll translate. Rityu uchu arhasi muhur ahatma marahanam asmakam anupathanam namo nama iti etavad sad upasikshitam ko rihati puman prakritir gunair abhyaktikara mati anusha Ishwarasya parasya prakriti purushor arabhyakta nabhir nama rupa kid shriti rupa nirupam sakala jana nikaya urjina nirasana shiva tama parabragha guna gunaika desa katha nade rite. Just go into a word by word. Ritvija uchu. The priest said, Arhasi, please accept. Muhu, again and again. Arhatama, O best, O most exalted, worshipable person. Arhanam, offering of worship. Asmakam, of us. Anupathanam, who are your servants. Namaha, respectful obeisances. Namaha, respectful obeisances. Iti, thus. Etavat, so far. Sat, by exalted personalities. Upashikshitam, instructed. Ka, what? Arhati, is able to make. Puman, man. Prakriti, of material nature. Guna, of the modes. Vyatikara, in the transformations. Mati, whose mind is absorbed. Anisha, who is the most incapable. Ishwarasya, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Parasya, beyond. Prakriti Purusasya, the jurisdiction of the three modes of material nature. Arvakta Navi, which do not reach up to, or which are in this material world. Nama Rupa Akritibhi, by names, forms and qualities. Rupa, of your nature or position. Nirupam, ascertainment, perceptions. Sakala, all. Jana Nikaya, of mankind. Brijina, sinful actions. Nirasana, which wipe out. Sivattama, most auspicious. Pravara, excellent. Gunagana, of the transcendental qualities. Ekadesa, one part. Kathanat, by speaking. Rite, except. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The priest began to offer praise to the Lord, saying, O most worshipful one, we are simply your servants. Although you are full in yourself, please, out of your causeless mercy, accept a little service from us. Your eternal servants, we are not actually aware of your transcendental form, but we can simply offer our respectful obeisances again and again, as instructed by the Vedic literatures and authorized acharyas. Materialistic living entities are very much attracted to the modes of material nature, and therefore they are never perfect. But you are above the jurisdictions from all material conceptions. Your name, form, and qualities are all transcendental and beyond the conception of experimental knowledge. Indeed, who can conceive of you? In the material world, we can perceive only material names and qualities. We have no other powers we have no other power than to offer our respectful obeisances and prayers unto you, the transcendental person. The chanting of your auspicious transcendental qualities will wipe out the sin of all mankind. That is the most auspicious activities for us. We can thus partially understand your supernatural position. Purport. The Supreme Personality Godhead has nothing to do with the material perception. Even the impersonalist Shankaracharya says, Narayana paro abhyaktat. The Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the beyond material conception. We cannot connect the forms and form attributes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We must simply accept the description given in the scriptures, Vedic scriptures, about the Lord's forms and activities, as stated in Brahma Samhita 5.29. Chinta mani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha laksha vritesu surabhira vipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra satasam brahmasebhyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship the Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desires, in abode built with spiritual gems and surrounded by the millions of purpose trees. He is always served with the great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. We can have some conception of absolute truth, his form and attributes, simply by reading the description given in the Vedic scriptures. An authoritative statement given by exalted personalities like Brahma, Narada, Sukadeva Goswami, and others. Srila Rupa Goswami says, Ataha Sri Krishna Namadhi na bhavet grahyam indriyai. We cannot conceive of the name, form and quality of Lord Krishna through our material senses. Because of this, other names for the Lord are Adokshaja and Aprakrita, which indicates that he is beyond the material senses. Out of his causeless mercy upon his devotees, the Lord appeared before Maharaj Navi. Similarly, when we are engaged in the Lord's devotional service, the Lord reveals himself to us. Sevan mukhehi jivhado swayam eva spurati ada. This is the only way to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yams yash chasmi tattvataha. One can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the devotional service. There is no other way. We have to hear from the authorities and from the Shastra and consider the Supreme Lord in terms of their statement. We cannot imagine or concoct forms and attributes of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitan Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakamitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, we have heard the activities of Maharaj Priyavrata in the first chapter of the this canto, fifth canto. In the second canto, we have heard the activities of Maharaj Agnidra, who was the son of the eldest son of Maharaj Priyavrata. Now, in this chapter, we are hearing the eldest son of Agnidra. His name is Navi. So, Navi Maharaj, now Agnidra has retired and he has enthroned his 9 sons in dividing into within Jambudvip. Each son has got a one versa. The Jambudvip has been divided into 9 verses. So the eldest son of Maharaj Agnidra was Nabhi Maharaj. Nabhi Maharaj becomes the king of Bharatavarsha, or at the time, that Varsha was actually known by the name of Nabhi Maharaj. That Varsha was known as Ajnava Varsha, which now is known as Bharatvarsha. So Maharaj Nabhi, in desiring to have a son, he wanted to have a son. As a king, it's natural that he's wanting to have a son to take his lineage. So we can see here, Maharaj Nabhi has approached Lord Vishnu. Even we have a material desire, as Bhagavatam said, akama sarakamoba moksha kama udharadi. Even you have a desire for material gain, or you have no desire for material gain, you still approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Maharaj Nabhi follows this direction. So, desiring to have a son, Maharaj Nabhi is performing a sacrifice to please who? Lord Vishnu, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here, what has happened thus far is Maharaj Nabhi has set up the sacrifice. The Brahmanas are chanting the mantras, and the sacrifice has been performed. And being pleased by the sacrifice, Lord has appeared at the scene. Imagine, I mean, they must have performed with in great devotion and love. The Lord personally has come there to bless them. And since I think yesterday and today, today actually, see, the priests who are performing yajna now are offering their prayers to Lord. We see in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, there is, every time Lord has come, the devotees are offering prayers. Not only just a few slokas, there are lengthy prayers being offered by different devotees. It is said, our Acharya said, the prayers that are offered by the devotees, different devotees. We have prayers by the demigods, we have prayers by the different devotees, we have prayers by Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Kunti Devi, so on and so forth. There's so many prayers being offered. And the Acharyas explain, these prayers are a spontaneous love and devotion they have. They are just outpouring their love for the Lord. These prayers is just, they represent that. You'll see, each prayer sounds similar, but they are different. They are offering according to their level, according to their devotion, according to their they offer prayers. So here now Lord Vishnu has come. So who's Lord Vishnu? Krishna. Yes? Krishna that takes the form to create, maintain the material aspect. So Lord Vishnu has got that important role in that aspect of creation. What does Vishnu means? Any idea? All auspicious, yes. The name, the meaning of a Vishnu is Visate, mean that personality who creates, not only creates, he also enters into. That is Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu, what is he doing? He's creating this universes. Just like you see, in general case, in our case, we create a program, like a computer program, right? But we cannot enter into the program. We can only create. Whereas Lord Vishnu, he creates and he also enters into. That is Vishnu. Visayate. He enters into. So we see Lord Brahma. So Vishnu is taking in the three different forms, like Mahavishnu, Garvadakshay Vishnu, and Shiradakshay Vishnu, right? All three Vishnu has got different roles to play. They are. The Lord Brahma says, Eko Pyasho Rachitum. So first one creates Rachitum, creates what? Universes. Eko Pyasho Rachitum Jagat Anda Koti. Millions of universes are coming out from pores of Mahavishnu. Eko, that's first one. Yat Sakti Rasti Jagadanda Chaya Yadanta. The second one, he goes into each universe. And then Andantarasta Paramanu. The third one, which is the expansion, which is the Shiradakshay Vishnu, he not only goes to as a super soul, as into each living entity, but he is also in the each atoms of the creation. That is Lord Vishnu. So he creates, he enters in, and he maintains. That is Lord Vishnu. That is the meaning of Lord Vishnu. That is what's. So he enters into not only as an atom, as Krishna says, he is also residing within the hearts of the each living entity. Not just human beings, each living entity. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani. He does not say only human or nara or nirnam. Sarvabhutani, all living entities. He's in the hearts of all the living entity. That is Lord Vishnu. That's Lord. That Lord has now appeared in the Yagya. Another reference, the Lord Krishna says he's sitting in the hearts of a living entity in Bhagavad Gita. Actually, 3 places he mentions, I am residing in every living entity within the heart. 3 places he says. One was in the 18th chapter, that's where he just recited, Ishvara Sarabhutana. Another one is in the 15th chapter. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivisto. I reside within the hearts of the living entity. In the same also in the chapter 10 also, he mentions Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutasya Stita. Bhuta Saya Stita. In all living entity, I reside. So that's Supreme Personality Godhead. Now, we also know Lord Vishnu as Narayan. Yeah? What does Narayan means? Meaning of Narayana. It's got 2 words combined together. Nara is the living entities. Nara, or human beings you can call it. Living beings. Ayana. Nara Ayana. One who is shelter. Yes. One who gives shelter to all living entity. One who maintains all the living entities. He who creates the living entity or makes the arrangement. for a living entity to reside, that's Narayan. Of course, there's other meanings as well. He lies on the water of bed. So that's Narayan, Lord Vishnu. To see the mercy of Lord. And I mean, we have a desire that we want to, be separate or independent. And Lord, He has to do all this, to create the universe. He has to make all the arrangements. Not only arrangement, He also accompanies them. The mercy of the Lord. Just because we have this desire to be independent or be separate. In the context of Lord coming and trying to, what is the purpose of the Lord doing all this? So He wants us, the living entity, back to Him as a spiritual. He has given that independence to the living entities, but He rather have the living entity come back. Makes all this arrangement, elaborate arrangement for us to come back. So let's compare Lord Vishnu, Lord Ramachandra and Krishna, how these personalities come in a different form, and how they try to bring the living entity closer or bring it to Him. So in the form of Lord Vishnu or Narayan, the relationship mostly in generally is on the level of master and servant. The dealings of Lord Vishnu is, we can see the prayers now, the Lord Vishnu has come. The priests, the sages are praying, offering that prayers in a very submissive Dasa, or the being servant and master. That is most of the dealings you'll see. Lord Vishnu is always in that kind of mood. It's in the relationship between devotees, and the Lord Vishnu is master and servant. As Srila Prabhupada mentioned in a purport, that Narayana Paro Abhyaktat. Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the beyond the material conception. Now, in the pastimes of churning of the ocean, that relationship you'll see, as we know the story, that Indra offends Durvasa Muni. When Durvasa Muni was visiting Indra, and Durvasa Muni gave him the garland to so Indra takes the garland, instead he gives it to his elephant rider, and the elephant is just being an animal, so he curses, he just doesn't. So seeing this, the Durvasa Muni actually not curses, takes the power of the demigod. So demigod become powerless. The demigod then lose the battle between the demons. Then all the demigods, who do they go to? Lord Vishnu. Yes. This is our problem. Now we have done this, and then now the demons has come and then taken over our kingdom. Please help us. What does Narayan do? Narayan tells him, okay, here's the solution. Solution is you have to churn the ocean and get the nectar. The nectar will come out from the churning of the ocean, and then by drinking the nectar, you will regain your power. Now, the churning of the ocean it's not just a small, like Mother Yashoda, churning the bottom. It's not that. It's churning the ocean. It's required a big, churning rod. You require a big rope to even turn. So, Mount Mandara is used as the churning rod, all right? So the demigods, Lord had asked him to bring the Mount Mandara into ocean. So they try to lift it. Again, they can't lift too heavy. Now Lord Narayana has to come even lift that. Now bring this mountain into ocean. Again, the churning rod is sinking because it's too heavy. What does Lord Narayana do? He is there again to becomes kurma, where then the whole mountain is kept, because the kurma is the whole mountain is in the sitting on the kurma. It's it's moving, not going into horizontal, and it's not. Again, Lord Vishnu has to come and sit on top of it to balance it horizontally and vertically. Huh? Then they churned it. Of course, then Lord Shiva comes, we know the story for, so on and so forth. And then finally the nectar comes out, right? And then the nectar is being served by Mohini Murti, and we know the whole story that demons. So finally, the point is, you see the whole relationship. There's not a point of time that the demigods and Lord Vishnu has that exchange of friendship or love or different. Whereas it's all purely, you can see, mostly based on the master-servant relationship. Huh? Now, let's move to that same relationship, and the relationship. Now, Lord Himself comes as Lord Ramachandra, where that relationship is now extended further. We can see there is more of predominantly in the Lord Ramachandra's pastimes is yes, there is a master-servant relationship is there some degree. But now the friendship is also there. Huh? You see, of course, parental is there, all the relationship is there. Predominantly, you'll see the friendship between the devotees. Huh? Just like an example of when Lord Ramachandra was banished to a forest, first person he gets introduced, or is the Guha. Guha is the person that from the pastimes of Prithu Maharaj, when Vena's body was churned. The first person comes was Nishada. Nishada or a Guha is the same person, same thing, right? So the lineage from that, his name is Guha or Nishad Raj, we known as. So he is the first one when Lord Ramachandra is banished to a forest to receive him in the forest. And what is his service? Is to take people across the Ganges. Now Lord Ramachandra goes here, he gets received, he is looked after for a night. And what is Lord Ramachandra asking from him? He said, please take me across Ganges. Now this is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead who created the whole entire universe. Is he not able to cross by himself? No. Now he's asking, he's building that relationship with the devotees as seeking as a friend. He said, please, oh friend, please take me across. Nishadraj takes him across. Similarly, he builds that relationship with Sugriva. Now, Lord Ramachandra Sita was been taken away by Ravana. He lost his wife. And same situation, Sugriva is in the situation that the Bali has taken his wife. Lord Ramachandra is taking, say, okay, you help me, I help you. We're friends. Again, same Supreme Lord he's capable of doing it, everything by himself. He's a Supreme Lord. Yet now the relationship is going into a friendship. Same thing. The Vibhishan comes, makes a friendship again, and he of course. So it's like a teacher going to the student, which is a primary level, and the teacher who's going to the little child and says, "Could you please help me?" Child goes, "What? What can I help you?" So what is this? I don't know how to do this 2 + 2. And child goes, "Wow." And then he goes, 2 + 2 is 4. 4! The answer is 4. Right? So see, in that relationship, like how the teacher is trying to encourage the fan, the relationship that could be built, the encouragement. Child may be thinking, "Oh, I know more than teacher." Yet the fact is different, right? Because teacher has come there to his Lord has come to his devotees for a service, giving opportunity to serve, or trying to encourage them. So that is the Lord comes, and when Vibhishan came he was kicked out from the Ravana, he came to Lord Ramachandra, he surrendered. And Lord Ramachandra asked Sugriva, and he said, "What should we do?" Sugriva said, "Oh, well, he's from the enemy camp. If we keep him, he will know the secret and everything, or he will create some sort of the animosity or within. Or if we keep him and send him out, he will know the secret of our everything. So we shouldn't keep him." And Lord Ramachandra asked the same question to Hanuman. Hanuman said, "No, we should keep him." Because Hanuman also knew, he met Vibhishan before, he knows So again, Lord Ramachandra playing the role of friendship. Just to encourage the devotees. And now let's go one more further step. Go into Lord Krishna. How does that Lord, same relationship, how is Lord coming into Krishna in the role of Krishna? Same roles. He is cherishing the relationship with the devotee more as serving the devotees, as a servant, as a menial, that Lord. Isn't it? Nanda Maharaj asked him so, "Oh, my son, please go and get my shoes." What does Nanda Maharaj do? What did Lord Krishna do? He brings his wooden shoes and is walking around with this. And who is that person? That person is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See the relationship. Now he's coming to serve as devotees. Lord is cherishing that relationship. Gopis ask him, say, "I will give you a little piece of sweet, but you have to dance for me." Krishna will dance. At the end of the whole dance, whole scenario, now what is he going to get? A little piece of sweet. But there is so much love and affection. Lord is cherishing that. Huh? And similar, Gopas. What is Gopas doing? They're getting on top of Krishna and asking Krishna, you carry me from there, point A to point B. You have to run fast. They're ordering the Lord. And Lord's happily doing it. He's enjoying that relationship. Huh? They're sharing the food on the same plate. They're eating together, running around, chasing each other. Huh? Such a wonderful. Now let's go further in the Krishna's pastimes. Lord takes the role of charioteer. Charioteer generally the role is to obey the command of the master, Arjuna. And in that role, Arjuna is saying, okay, take my chariot and take it there. He's taking the order of his devotees and executing it. Not only that, when the chariot has to be in motion, the warrior, who Arjuna, he has to command, and the command is not in the verbally. Command is given by the kick. So charioteer is sitting there wanting to know which direction to take. There's no verbal communication. They have to kick left or right. See the Lord's, taking that position and being kicked, take me left or right by his devotees. And he's enjoying that. It's very beautifully, and it's in the first canto, chapter 16, text 16, when Parikshit Maharaj was going, and he's thinking all these activities of Krishna, how Krishna was so mercifully, doing all these different relationship, as he took the relationship as Sarathya. Sarathi means the charioteer, the chariot driver, accepted the post of chariot driver. He Parsada means he served the Yudhishthira Maharaj as his servant when Maharaj Yudhishthira Maharaj. Sevana, engaging in the menial service, even in the sacrifice of which is rather sacrifice, Lord Krishna took as the washing the feet of all the guests that's coming in. Dautya, he became a messenger. Virasana, sometimes he also becomes a watch guard or security guard, protecting Lord Ramachandra, protecting Pandavas. Following this, serving, following the footstep, offering prayers, offering obeisances. He used to offer obeisance to Kunti Devi, he used to offer all the elderly people as in a relationship. And Maharaj, that person is Jagat Pranitam, Pranitam. Mean that he who is being obeyed, who He creates the universe, that Lord, and came and did all this to my forefathers, Pandavas. This is Parikshit Maharaj, expressing his love and gratitude to the Lord. This is in the Canto 1, chapter 16, text 16. Says, Maharaj Parikshit heard that out of his causeless mercy, Lord Krishna or Vishnu, who is uneversibly obeyed, render all kinds of service to the menial sons of Pandu by accepting post as the chariot driver, to a president to a messenger, friend, night watch, etc. According to his will, Pandavas obeying them like a servant, offering obeisances like a younger in years. When he heard this, Maharaj Parikshit became overwhelmed with the devotion of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And if you go into pastimes of Sudama, now Lord is the Dwarkadhish, He's the king. I mean, he's in a princely, kingly order. Now when Sudama comes to his palace, what is his situation? He's emaciated, poor, he didn't look very beautiful, he had torn clothes. Kuchailam malilam chamam dvija dhamastinam devi paricharyat sakshat chamara brajayena vai. This is in the 10th canto, chapter 80, text 23. Kuchailam means very poor, who's dressed. Malinam, very dirty. Shamam, emaciated. Dvija means Brahman. His veins were visible. Physically, he looked so ugly. I mean, he was not in the best form. And what did Lord do when Sudama came to his palace? He embraced him. Generally, I mean, when it's, you will see, if you're a big CEO or big, something, imagine some just, ordinary person walks in, you'll be embarrassed. But here, Lord embraces him, brings him in. He makes him sit on the throne that he normally sits. Not only that, he's being charmed or served by the goddess of fortune, the queens of Dwarka. That is our dear Lord. Again, looking at the example of a teacher, he's coming. What is he doing all this for? This is to bring us, encourage us and of course, what did he do? He gave more wealth than Kubera could have to Sudama. His mercy. Yeah. So that is our Lord. Now, Krishna comes as he serves the devotees. Further again comes as a Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There, as a Krishna, he had some reservation. He didn't just openly give the love and devotion. Now he comes again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He just opens the door, the storehouse of Krishna Prema. What is it for again? It is to again attract the living entity back to Krishna. Mahaprabhu, gives his mercy throughout India. Look at Srila Prabhupada. He's taken that same the love or devotion and he's taken to throughout the world. So how kind is our Lord? He himself comes into different incarnations and creates a relationship, attracts us. He comes as him, Krishna, Rama, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And not only that, he also sends all the devotees to help. That is the kindness, that is the mercy. So, in conclusion, Srila Prabhupada says, what is it? In the purport. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya mam apijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. Krishna says that if you want to know me, the only way is through bhakti, devotional service to Krishna. So, Krishna, expands into different forms, different Lord. Here we see that he has come in the form of Lord Vishnu to the sacrifice arena of Maharaj Navi. As a result, now Maharaj Navi has asked, I want a son like you. Right? Maharaj Navi is asking, I want a son like you. Lord says, there is no like me. So there will be me. I'll have to come as your son. Again, see the mercy of the Lord. Yeah. So devotees are asking him to become his or her son. And Lord accepts that. Lord himself will come as the Rishabhadev. And of course, we will hear the great, further ensuing verses, we will hear the pastimes of the teachings, the pastimes of the Rishabhadev. That's coming very beautiful, very nice, very instructive. So Lord, again and again, he comes in different forms to encourage us, teach us. Said, come, you don't belong here. It's not your place. So we will hear the great teachings and the appearance of Rishabhadev, which is the Lord himself, the Lord Vishnu that has come to the sacrifice arena. He will become the son of Maharaj Navi, come as Rishabhadev. Okay, so we'll end here. Any questions, comment, corrections? Our sweet Lord, so merciful. The Rit Dvija, the word is Rit Dvija. Now, as my understanding is Rit is referring to rishis, or they are the pure. Dvija, again, if we break into that, Dvija means Brahmanas, those who became purified by performance of samskaras and Dvija. What is it? Janmana Jayate Shudra Karmana Janmana Jayate Shudra samskarat bhavet dvija. So generally when the living entity is born, it's born as, it doesn't have any qualification. Qualifications is when the samskara is done, like jata karma, chara karma, and all those samskaras is done, then it becomes a dvija. When it takes initiation, it becomes dvija. So as I understand, Ri means rishis, and Tvija is referring to as twice born, brahmanas. That's my understanding. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very beautiful section of you will hear the beautiful teachings of the characteristics of Rishabhdev, teachings of Rishabhdev, they're coming. And then the Rishabhdev's older son is Bharat Maharaj. He is also another great personality. That is, and he was so great that whole Varsha is demigods actually so pleased by his activities. And he becomes the emperor, and then he renounces, he gives the whole lot. And then he becomes Jarvarat, and we'll see the beautiful narration of Jarvarat teaching King Rahugana. It's beautiful, very nice section coming up. Bhagavatam is wonderful. Yes, Mataji.
It seems to me that similar like Dhruva Maharaj, when he was performing austerities because of material desires, and then the Lord appeared, and he acknowledged that I was looking for grocery glasses and I told the gym, this is like in the same mood for this priest because they were trying to do the yajna for some material benefits like getting a son, but instead that the Lordship appeared and these prayers are then they will acknowledge I'm feeling embarrassed because we are praying for something material, but we got God, Krishna. So it looks like the same plot of the pastime.
Yes,
like
yes, yeah. I mean, Lord is so kind. When He gives not just in a like as you mentioned that Dhruva Maharaj, he performed the sacrifices. He wanted to become a great king, but at the end, when he saw the Lord, of course, Dhruva Maharaj said, I was looking for a piece of glass, and then I've got the diamond, broken piece of glass. And in a reciprocation, that as a Lord, as towards devotee, yes, as you rightly mentioned, that they're asking for something material, or they're asking something for a son, and he becomes a son. He rewards Sudama. I mean, Sudama didn't come for asking something, but he gives him like more wealth than Kuvera.
Can be understood that the Lord see beyond that so-called material desire. He knows about the inside qualification, and he wants to see just the positive aspect, because also in the beginning of the class you mentioned that the priests were with devotion, they were their prayers to the Lord. So it thinks to me, I don't know, it's right to see that the Lord is just seeing the positive aspect, and for that he got motivated to appear.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, if you look at what is Lord is saying, if you just offer me the flower, water, then I'm pleased. Lord is the master of the entire creation. What can you give? What is He looking for within that? That's reciprocation. Yeah. The only thing we can add is our love and devotion. Flower belongs to Him, The flower, the earth belongs to him, where the flower came from. Water belongs to him. Sun belongs to him. Everything, and then there's a whole beautiful flower. Krishna says, you offer that to me. Right? And what is there now? Now everything belongs to him. Nothing is ours. But now in that exchange, the devotee is adding his devotion to the Lord. That is, the Lord is wanting, is needing, is looking for.
Because can be understood that if we perform this yajna in the right manner, we can attract the Lord. But that ingredient, that's the most important. That can be the effective manner to attract the Lord.
Correct. Yeah. So Lord is all merciful. He looks for good. He doesn't look for something that is bad. And he accepts. Yeah, in that relationship, it's the love the devotee is offering. Everything belongs to him. Nothing is ours. Only thing we can offer is our love and devotion, our consciousness, our that we can add that and becomes a devotion. Otherwise, if we say it in the evening or breathing, that's not our endeavor.
Can be also a kind of hope, because we are kind of karma mishra bhaktas, mixture of desires, that the Lord will see. Can we understand this as a sign of hope for all of us, in the sense that we are mixture in desires, karma mishra bhaktas?
Yeah.
And because we have a bit of devotion, otherwise we wouldn't be able to practice the process, but also we have a lot of material desires. So the hope would be that the Lord will see that positive aspect and help us.
Yes. Definitely. Yes. We are not in the platform of exalted the level of bhakti, level of devotion that our acharyas, our Goswamis have performed. We may not be in that level, but it doesn't mean that Krishna doesn't understand or doesn't. He will accept whatever you offer, and he will take it from there. He will make it positive. He will. Dhruva Maharaj had a desire to become a great, Hare, desire to have a kingdom bigger than even Brahma. He fulfilled that desire, as well as he gave him a bhakti in him. He's eternally serving Lord. So when Lord gives a benediction, or when He gives them both. To some, depending, like He gives them materially, He also, He gives them. And sometimes He can also take away everything and give. Yeah? So it's what is good for a devotee, what is... one of the things, like difference between a demigod, demigods will give the worshipper what the worshipper wanting, what he wants. Whereas when Lord Vishnu gives, he gives what is good for the devotee. That's the difference between Lord Vishnu or Krishna giving the benediction to the devotees. Is that what is good for the devotee, he will give that. Whereas demigod, they will give you whatever you wish, or whatever the worshipper is wishing, desiring. Ravana wanted the power, they gave. But Krishna will give you what is good for you.
And always is beyond expectations, beyond what we were expecting.
Yeah, he will give you more. Yeah, more. He will give you more than yes. As in Hindi say, we say it's in chappar khol ke, chappar phar ke. It means he give you so much, so it's beyond you, beyond your limitation. Yeah, Krishna has got power, but he will give you what's good for you. He will not give you that's may not be good for you. Just like a parents. If a child asks for a cigarette, parents, no, this is not good for him, so they're not going to give him. Yeah. That's the Lord. Okay. Okay, we'll end here. Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Rishabhadeva ki jai, Nabi Maharaj ki jai, Gaur Premanande.